me cara susah mau banyak kartu dah. Ah, sorry.
Cuando tus ojos brillan todo es luz, mi corazón baila, no hay más cruz. Tus labios son fuego, tu voz es canción. La vida contigo es pura emoción. Bajo el cielo claro el viento
So I'm inspired by music because for me, my music is my therapy. So whatever channels to me through music, I write it. So this is what I wrote according to what was channeled through that music. I never play music twice. It happens in the moment. So whatever I feel off of that music is what I wrote. So I wrote this in case you were asking me, what was I filing? I said, remember, you must protect your well-being and your mental health. And I said, thank you. Today you are smarter and better than yesterday. It is better to write than speak 1,000 words. Remember that. It is better to write than speak 1,000 words. It is better to write than speak 1,000 words. If you cannot read, learn to read. If you have difficulty learning to read, you can always try. Like I did when I was a child. I did not know how to read or write or speak. But everything comes through with what? Everything you need to do, whether it's reading, writing, any learned thing comes through with number one thing you need to do anything is in life, okay? Practice. Without practice, it is difficult. So every time you say you cannot, you can't, you find it difficult, I value that you say that. But remember, everything requires I can write both ways. Practice. If you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, I don't care what you need to do. You need to play the guitar like I do. If you need to fill out a form, whatever you need to do, practice makes things perfect. So you see these writings? It is because I used to write in cursive. I used to, when I was a child, when I was in school, we were given empty textbooks. Give me 1 second, I'll be right with you. So, since y'all were asking, practice makes perfect, absolutely. So, in the beginning when I was a child, even to write was such a challenge, right? So I write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's how I write in my writing. So when you write in the flow, when you feel the flow, when I feel music, when I play the guitar, once you're good at the guitar, once you know the hang of the guitar, you can play around with it. Same thing with writing. Once you get the basics, it's kind of like calligraphy. I love calligraphy. You know how I captured calligraphy? Why does my writing look, sometimes people ask me, why does your writing look a little bit like calligraphy? Because I read also Arabic texts. So if you read the Quran and if you know English, your writing will be similar. If you know Chinese, right? If you write Mandarin, your writing will be similar. So your brain works in beautiful ways. Whatever different languages you speak and you capture, it shows in how you write. It shows in your flow. So for me, writing is therapeutic. Writing is a big form of therapy for me. So is reading, right? So if you've tried everything, if you tried speaking, that's why the great sages say, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. That is so true. My gurus, masters, my teachers, my mentors did not tell me much. They say, here's a book for you. Here's an exercise. Complete it. Bring it to me. I will grade you. And that's what made me who I am. Same thing when learning an instrument. They gave me a guitar. They said, this is how you start. First, you must respect every tool, every instrument you have. Be it a pen, be it a piece of paper, be it a file, be it a flag, be it a tree, sorry. There's a panda in my tree as well. I don't know if you all can see it. There's a panda. So everything you must respect. The moment you see everything with respect, you are granted access from the divine to flow. If you look at everything in spite, in suspect, in suspicious way, your eyes will see only that. So always eliminate all bad thoughts. Bring good thoughts to your mind and hold your pen and write sweet words, loving thoughts. Always aspire to write the most beautiful forms. If you don't know, you can start with poetry. Poetry is very beautiful. Poetry is very beautiful. It rhymes in the end. Yes, so feel it. You know how I feel it? Because this morning I woke up, first thing I saw was the sun. I rise according to the sun. I feel the energy. Then in the morning I go to the lake. I do my yoga. I stretch. So I harness all the energy from nature before I sit down to touch my pen and paper. Because I want the best of divine to be in my work. So that way when I'm filling a form, be it for myself or someone else, it is no difference. See, oftentimes we are told in our lives that do good for ourselves and others. But how do we do that? It is by channeling divine energy. So that way when I see someone else in need on a form, if I see they did good, if I see they wrote right words, I can approve them. Because I'm like, oh, they listened. They said good things. They did good things. That's why in Islam we are told everything you do is written. On your right arm, the good is written. On your left arm, your bad is written. Why is that? It's just to keep us in check, that we do more good. We are human. Sometimes we end up doing bad things. Even in Christianity, they say sinful things. We are human after all. We do make mistakes. Mistakes are part of the learning process. But however, you must strive to be at your best. Someone might look at this flag and say harmful, mean things. But I look at this flag and say beautiful, loving things. You are what the flag embodies. Right? You are what the flag embodies. You are what this hat embodies. Someone might say this looks ugly on you. But if I call it beautiful, it becomes beautiful. If I call this pen magnificent tool from a technology, this is a technology. Back in the day, we didn't have when I was in school, my dream was to get a pen that you can use, go this way. This was technology in school because I started with a pencil. So now they gave me this, a smart pen. So many of you, this is called a translation pen. This might be helpful for those of you who are dyslexic or have difficulty, who didn't have access to learning and reading like me. But trust me, this is to read, not to write though, okay? So you turn this on and you scan it to read text. I don't use it as much because I like reading on paper, but if you have challenges like that, you can use this. Also, you can find on your app stores, there are different apps where you can read the text. You can scan the text and it'll read it out loud for you. So those are new technology. But where do I come from? Pen and paper. That's my technology. Without pen and paper, I wouldn't be the wise person that I am today, because my gurus did not give me any of that. You all are very blessed. You are given that. That's a gift. When you are given a computer, when you are given a mobile, I did not have any of that. I had to work through this and this. Years of writing, perfection, cursive. When you are given something like a laptop, when you are given something like a phone, respect it like it's a gift from the divine. It indeed is. Even this, do you see why I wear an analog watch? I don't wear a digital watch, because this is my beginning. I would never replace this with any watch, not even a Rolex, because this is my beginning. In Sri Lanka, we like to keep things simple. We believe in coming to this life, doing simple things, leaving our mind in a simple way. That way, when I open my hat, my mind is empty. See, when I'm off work, I just open this hat. When I'm working, I put this hat. So what hat do you wear when you're at work? Or do you not wear a hat? That's good too. Some of you put makeup at work, and when you go home, you wash it. Why? Because that makeup is only for work. Good. You're not going to sleep with makeup. Your pores need to breathe, right? Same thing. We all wear clothes for work, pants for work. At home, you chill, wear sarong and stuff. So whatever it is, keep it simple. This is simple. Do you see how my files are very simple? Very short and sweet files, right? Transfer the energy, yes. So if you all, I know a lot of people in the world are like, there's so much to learn. What do I learn? Learn basics. Read and write. If many of you know how to handle 10 devices, stop and write. For one day, write. Write everything you feel. If you feel anger, write it. If you feel pain, write it. If you feel loving kindness, write it. Write it, because you know why? Writing slows you down. When we speak, it is fast. So the practice of meditation is also actually writing, because writing requires discipline. See, when I'm writing means I have to sit down, I have to shut up, right? That's a focus. Writing brings focus. If you all write for an hour, I promise you, whatever language you write for 1 hour, your breath will be calm, you will be centered, you will wake up and walk feeling good. So if you can't sit and breathe in and breathe out, use your pen, sit down, write what you're feeling, and let go. Good? Okay. Practice that. Alright, I'm back to my work. That is a tip for you all for the day about how I harness my energy. I'm so blessed. I used to carry, you see my backpack? I still carry a bag. This is my backpack. When I went to Sri Lanka on a trip too, even when I'm at school, you know, we didn't have laptop, we carried big bags. I think I might have carried like 20 kilograms of books on my back as a child. I'm very blessed. Can you imagine reading 20 kilograms of books and writing? A combo of reading and writing 20 kilograms. Every year books are different. Every year we got a different subject. Maths, science, morals. Morals was a part of the curriculum where I went to school. So we were taught morals. I don't know if it's part of a curriculum here, but we were taught morals, ethics, culture, discipline. So when someone says something good, I had the discipline to accept it. Someone said something mean, I had the discipline to accept it. Right? Discipline is key to you being anything in life. In dance class, you need discipline. In TikTok, you need discipline. In reading and writing, you need discipline. In talking to your family, you must have discipline. You must have discipline in talking to your family even. Talking to your friend, have discipline. That way, everything becomes easy, so you're not different. The way you talk to people at home, same way you talk to people online, same way you talk to... Sometimes we come from households, they talk in a different manner. You be the one who changed the language of your house. You start. You be the catalyst of your house. See, Lord Buddha left a kingdom to change the kingdom. Lord Buddha was born a king, a prince. He left his home, Siddhartha. He left his home, learned from the sages, contained discipline, and came back and became the true king. Freed everyone from greed, from hunger, from suffering. That is the true king. Discipline. He knew that living in a castle full with luxuries and fun and away from death is not the answer. He went and saw the death. He went and saw the suffering. He went to the forest. He saw everything. He pushed his mind to see everything. But imagine, if you can see everything and still be disciplined, that means you are king. If you can see someone cry, if you can see someone die, if you can see someone break down, if you can see someone sick, if you can see someone happy, then someone dance, you see everything today. You all are training to be, thank God, thank Allah. Everybody's being trained now to be the strongest version. So don't get caught up in what Lord Buddha said, which is Maya. If you think you saw something is like fun, 24 hours fun, you will know. You will know when to exit it, and you will know when to work on something. Okay? I hope, inshallah, all of you find answers in every text. You must read Dhammapada, you must read Quran, you must read Bible, you must read Torah, you must read everything and make your own best judgment as to what path you want to take in life. Remember, every path goes to the same sea. Every river, wherever you live on earth, nature works the same way. Every river flows to the sea. So if I take this path, you take another path, we all finally meet in the sea. But take a disciplined path. You understand? Make sure there's a flow. Along your path, you will find obstacles, stones, mountains, hills, valleys, people telling you to go a different way. You tell them. If you know your path, if you're like me, I like to find my own path. You tell them, thank you for the suggestion. I will find my own path. I wish you well on your path. However, I am on my own path. That is one way to tell people no, right? Because a lot of times nowadays we get so many suggestions. Everybody means well. Everybody wants to help us. But what do we tell them then? We see. That's why we have this in India, Asia, Sri Lanka. What does this mean? In America, we do this, right? Shake hand. That is for a deal. You must learn that too. Only if you accept the deal, must you hold the hand. If you don't accept the deal, do not shake someone's hand. All right? In American culture, it's different. But when you go to Sri Lanka, India, Asia, no one touches your hand. This is what? This is saying, I am centered, I am within my boundary, I respect you, welcome to our land. However, this is containing energy and managing energy and saying, thank you for seeing me, I wish you well. No bodily hug, right? But when you come here, only exchange hugs with those you align with, and you must be over 18. I would say even wait for 21. Unless it's your family member, cousins, or people that you know, we don't exchange hugs. So it's okay to say no to hugs. It's okay to say no to kisses, especially if you're children. No one should be kissing and hugging you unless it is like your parent, and that too on the cheek. Okay? We, in my family, we are Muslim, we don't kiss children on the lips. Haram. Not approved. We don't do that. Okay? If your mother and father is kissing you on the lips, say no. They shouldn't be. These lips are very, protect them. Protect these, protect your body. No one should touch parts of you that are sacred. Okay? Remember that. There's so many cultures around the world will tell you, let touch this, touch that, give this, give that. No, better to say no than yes. As a father, I will tell you, better to say no than to say yes and regret it later. If you say no, you always have the option to say yes after processing. You understand? If someone says, come with me, you're on the street, they say, come with me, come to my house, you are allowed to say, no thank you. No thank you is a valid answer. After you say no thank you, you go home, you think about it. Who is that? Why did they ask me to come to their house? For what reason? You talk to your family. Or you asked a trusted person, you asked ChatGPT. Stranger told me to come to their house. Research before you go into someone's house. You understand? Because you don't know whose house you're going to. Maybe they have drugs, maybe they have alcohol, maybe they have, you never know. Today's world, people are all sorts of journeys. So before you walk into an establishment or a house or an event, find out what they serve, food. Find out what kind of people, demography walks into them, right? I am not labeling them as good or bad. You are the judge of what's good or bad, okay? But I want you to remember, say no thank you. First, use your brain, right? Why did Lord Buddha say no to his kingdom and walked out? He left. He had jewels. All right? He had jewels. He was prince, auto prince. He was born automatic prince. He didn't have to work. He don't have to worry about money. Don't have to worry about women. Right? His beautiful wives, he could have even had 10 wives if he wanted to. He did not want any of them. He said no thank you to his birth home, which is the kingdom, because he learned his birth home was keeping him away from a valuable treasure. What is that valuable treasure that is not found in his birth home? Wisdom. His birth home had everything but did not have the triple gem. His birth home did not have the knowledge he was seeking. His birth home did not have the adventure he was seeking. His birth home did not have the discipline. He wanted out from everything. He went out. He picked the path of don't, no thank you to everything. Starting from women, starting from sexuality. He said no thank you, right? He said no thank you to sexuality. 2, he said no to any bodily exchange. No thank you. 3, what did he say? anyone trying to recruit him, anyone saying, come join me, come join me. He went and sit, he learned, he just watched, but he never joined them. He never joined anyone's cause. He never started a religion. He never left anything for people. Same thing with Prophet Muhammad, right? Same thing with Jesus. They never left anything. People, after they passed away, because they are so divine, why, you know how people are divine. Once they pass away, the world misses them. The world praises them. So maybe Lord Buddha didn't know he was so great that people are following him after 2000 years. That is the power of the divine. When you contain discipline and you go according to what the sun and the moon, you believe in your heart. You don't harm your family, you don't harm your friends, you don't harm strangers, but you go in one path of seeking the truth and seeking what's wise and good. Right? Yes, focus. Relentless focus. So today, if you are doing something and you are invited to 10 different things, it is okay to say no, because your mentor wants you to say no. See, back 10-15 years ago, the books that they were selling were telling you to go for it, to say yes to everything. We all did that. Even I did that. I said yes to many things. That is part of the learning process. But today it is such that the mind is taken in all parts, right? Everyone wants a part of you. So how do you stop that? Come to center. You're breathing. Because if you go to 10 different directions, your breathing stops. So bring it to center. Yoga says the same thing. You don't have to follow any religion if you don't want to, but bring your breath to focus. Keep things simple. You see why I wear very simple clothing? Easy. My closet, I have simple, color-coded stuff. According to that day, I wear clothes. Even the color you pick to write something has energy. Do you know that? Thank you, brother. The color you pick to write something has energy. The t-shirt you wear has energy. Do you know? Have you observed it? If you don't know, try this. Wear red and go out today. See how you feel. You will be so energetic. Do you know why I don't wear red all the time? I only wear red in the winter time. It is right. Red should be worn during Christmas, because that time, the winter time, there's not much sun. So if you need free energy on winter days, trust me, I did all this. On winter days, wear bright yellow, wear bright red, wear bright green. You won't need Starbucks. Because your eyes, what you see, the colors you see, the words you see gives you energy. It's dopamine. Today is summer. Everything is happening. I wear light clothing. Have you seen? My clothing has been white, light. In the summer, you want to do the polar opposite. You wear light clothing. Then your energies are, okay, I'm in balance. Right? I'm in balance. Every time. It's kind of like without darkness, there's no light, right? So if there's so bright, you are also bright, you will explode. Don't explode, right? Wear light clothing in summertime. In the winter, wear bright clothing. In winter, I wear bright clothing. You will see me. Because in the winter, in our northern hemisphere, it is so dark. Sometimes we go without 2 weeks of summer, 2 weeks of no sun. We get so mentally depressed when we see a color, when we see flowers, we feel so joyous. Be at peace. Be at peace. Okay, what is the time? 11:13, 11:15. So I hope I gave you a few tips on how I manage my life and my energies, and that's why I'm able to do many things, right? I'm very grateful for the people that I've seen and learned from in my life. I must say, Sadhguru. When he came to Chicago, I went before he was famous, before Sadhguru was famous. When he wrote his first book, Inner Engineering, I think 2014, 15 or 16, he came to Chicago. I'm just somebody who bought a ticket, and when it was $25, I went to the podium downtown on Jackson and I watched him. I learned from him. So I must say, Indian gurus, sages, mashallah. Maybe that's why I was conceived in India. Before I was born, actually, I was born in Sri Lanka, but my mother and father was on vacation to Mumbai, India, and that's where I was conceived. That's where my mom found out that she was pregnant with me. So I'm very grateful for Indian culture and Indian teachings. Being so close in Sri Lanka, we are also influenced, and there's long history even in the Mahabharata about India, Sri Lanka, Lanka. It used to be one peninsula. India and Sri Lanka was not separated like it was. It's just many years of weather and erosion. Hold on, who's sending me these notifications? Let me just decline. Turn off. Yes, I turned off I'm getting a ton of invitations. Forgive me. At this point, I want to be present with the people that I'm talking to. So if I accept all the invitations, they're sending me invitations to play a TikTok match. I do that in my leisurely time. But it was interesting conversation. So I must make my way to India. I was thinking about this. I still haven't visited India as an adult. I need to go there. Maybe next year, inshallah, after vacation. I have to complete. I am also doing some courses, right? While I do a lot of stuff at the same time. But I definitely need to go. I already have friends in Nepal, so I can go there easily. Need to visit India for sure. That's one thought. So yesterday, well, we have pieces of India all over the world, actually, even Google. And what is it? Even Chicago. Yesterday I went and had dosa on Devan Street, ran by a South Indian business owner. It's lovely dosa. So if you can't make it to India, many of you are like, I can't go now, this and that. Go get a piece of India by going to the grocery store, by going to get a dosa, we are so blessed. We have access to different cultures wherever we are in America. Oh, closing. I was going to share this. Many of you. So this is why I declined that. So, the first page I wrote in this sketchbook, this was written, I think, 2 weeks ago. Because whenever I feel like something, I write it, right? Whenever it's the time for me to talk about the next, what's arising for me, right? I write it. So 2 weeks ago I wrote, I want to share this with you all. I think it will be useful for many people. If it's useful, take it for you as a note. If you don't find it useful, you can listen and process it. Okay, so here we go. Things. What is it? TikTok. Yeah. So this is how I manage my TikTok, right? Because even now I'm streaming on TikTok. And YouTube and Facebook, I stream on and off because I have people now, but I'm more, active on TikTok. So I said things that made my TikTok experience more pleasant. I wrote number 1, refrain from lives that don't align with mine. So in TikTok, we have something called TikTok Live. I leave my live on most of the time. I think when I first start in the morning and even the evening, when I'm free, I turn it on. Or even when I'm working, sometimes when I'm bored, I don't have a coworker or someone, colleague like I used to, I just turn my TikTok on. So I made a note to myself, refrain from lives that don't align with mine. So align with your lives, your social media with people that align with your values and your beliefs. Right? Whatever that belief is. What is the belief? For me, it's humanity, coexisting, right? Just like when we went to school, we were sitting with different people from around wherever they came from. So now we all have to sit in the class of what? Social media. So if you're someone who don't align with me, you are free to go. It's so easy. You guys can scroll off, turn off, switch off, right? Same thing with me. So I had to make my intention. All right, how do I move forward? So I said no. That's why I said declining people is valid. When you decline people, you open the door to a new opportunity. Have you ever seen that? By saying no to someone, you're actually saying yes to someone else. Do you know that? If I said no to an offer, 10 offers opened for me. If someone said no to me, let's say I gave them an offer and they said no to me, I say Alhamdulillah. That means 10 other people are waiting for me. You must always think positive. If someone broke your heart, 10 more people will love you. If someone broke your heart, oftentimes we get discouraged because we think somebody broke my heart. I love them so much, they broke. Look this way, 10 people are loving you. So why are you focused on the one? It doesn't make sense, right? It's all about opening your mind. That's why, because that one person is the Maya that Lord Buddha talked about. That one person is the trap that your mind focused on and thought, oh, I wanted to stay here for you, love you always, 24/7, just you all the time. That person is just an avatar. Are you that stupid to be fooled by an avatar? If they never loved you back, if they never meet your needs, that means that's an avatar. Talking to that avatar, giving that avatar any energy or intention is dumb on your part. Be wise. If it's not both ways, if it's not mutual, that means you are stuck in your own mind's trap. So come to your focus. They said no. It's kind of like when you remember you all applied for jobs ever? Has anyone gone online or applied for anything ever and got rejected? I'm sure you have. If you haven't been rejected with anything, you wouldn't have been to my live today. Somebody must have rejected you, that you brought you to my live even. Or you said no to someone. So say grace that you were rejected. Every avenue, someone saying no brought you to where you are today. Someone saying no actually might have kept you alive. Do you know that? My grandmother used to say this. Maybe you didn't get that job in order for you to be alive today. Maybe something bad was to happen in that job that might have diminished you. So say yes to life. Everything that you had happened to you happened because it was required to keep you alive today and at this very moment. Claim that. Someone broke your heart, someone rejected you, someone walked away from you, someone said no to you. All that was needed. They were part of the divine plan to bring you to your exact spot today. Yes. So So only align with those who align with you. Those who don't, thank you very much, right? And then the number 2, I wrote, allowing empathy for myself first before empathizing the world around me. That I had to write a note because my personality, I'm an empath. I'm a caregiver for those around me and everybody but me. Everybody but me, right? So I wrote, this is a challenge for me. Allow empathy for myself first before empathizing the world around me. I learned that wonderful message from aviation because I'm a trained pilot, all right? I did my commercials license training as a pilot, or even if you're in the plane, what did they tell you? In the case of an emergency, put your mask and secure the mask in front of you before assisting other people. Doesn't your flight attendant tell you that? Does your flight attendant ever tell you, in case of an emergency, put the mask to the next, that gave everybody, and then put the mask? By the time you will be dead putting everybody mask. In case of an emergency, secure the mask to your nostrils, make sure you can breathe, proceed to helping others. Because the whole idea is, if the plane were to not make it, if we were to crash, we want the survivors to have breath and breathe, right? Worst case scenario. So survival is very important. It's like you're wounded. Let's say you're in battle, you're wounded. First you gotta tie your own little wound before you help those next to you. So empaths, remember, put yourself first. You are allowed to put yourself first. Right? Okay. Being gentle. Number 3, being gentle and kind with my words. A practice, right? Because I was trained by some people. I love that training, right? I won't give it to you all now because many of you can't handle it in this generation. Being gentle and kind with my words is something I had to learn. I was not trained with much gentleness and kindness, and I'm grateful for that. In boxing, right, in martial arts, they raise their voice. Oh, stand, sit, 30 minutes. You know Shaolin Temple? Look at that type of training. They are not gentle and kind. They made me the tough person that I am. So if I need to access the toughness in me, I am like a rock. Like literally, you can say anything to me, I will be as hard as a rock. Have you ever gone to a rock and said mean and nasty things? The rock is still a rock. Do you get what I'm saying? You all know the Japanese experiment where you have rice and you say bad and mean things to rice, right? And the rice turns bad. I'm sure you have seen that, right? But you say the same thing to a rock. You say the same mean things to a rock. The rock is still going to be a diamond. The rock is still going to be as solid as it is in matter, because your words don't matter to the rock or the diamond or the gold. I'm from Sri Lanka, okay, born. In Sri Lanka, when we are raised, we are told manika. You know what is manika? Manika means jewel. You're a jewel. Your parents tell you, you're my jewel. When someone loves you, they say manika. You know what that stands for? That you're a jewel. You, all of you, wherever were you born? I don't care if you're born in Congo or US or Mexico. You're a jewel. You're a mineral. So he, she, they saying this and that, remember, if you're rock, it shouldn't hurt you. If you're an American too, remember we used to take sticks and stones may break my bones, but not your words. So know when to be a rock, know where to be water, know where to flow. You get what I'm saying? You have all the properties of all nature's elements. You, with your own wisdom, according to time, place, and location, you be that. Okay? It takes a while. Number 4, having patience. No one became a sage or a graduate without patience. To become a doctor, you need at least 10 years in America, right? Right? At least 10 years in America. Imagine the doctor taking 10 bloody years, reading books after books, spending 12 hours on residency, getting paid peanuts. What? All in hopes to help. The doctor is a rock. You're right. Your nurse is a rock. Your nurse, your doctor, even the people who work in the front desk in the hospital are bloody rocks. Because they see things you would never imagine. People coming in gunshots, people coming in crying, people coming in cancer. How can you not be a rock? Because if you were calm, and if you were calm, that's fine. But if you were just feeling empathetic, like, you would lose yourself. You have to be disciplined, right? Let's say you work in the front admin of a hospital. All right. One patient comes in and says, my husband has cancer. One patient comes in and says, my son just got shot. One patient comes in, my legs just got scar open. How would you react? Systematic. At that point, you are not tapping into empathy. That point, you remember procedures. All right. Emergency, this room, okay, come to this stretcher. That's why you have training. That's why I said there's practice. At that point, if you at the front desk, you behave like their mother and their sister, they will lose it, because their mother and sister is already at home. They didn't come to see their mother and sister. They came to see the hospital person who has procedures, who can help people. Imagine your doctor walks in and gives you a big hug instead of looking at the chart and asking you questions. You'd be like, what the bloody hell? I didn't come here for a hug. Right? Hug? No, doctor. I mean, when I go to the ER, I expect the doctor to look at the stuff, tell me what's happening and what's the next step. I get the chart, I go home. Right? So I'm just saying, you have to so sometimes have empathy. If your doctors are like rocks, if your masters, teachers, if your people, certain people are made like rock. You know why? Because right after them treating you, they got to go to the next room and treat the next patient who might be having a fit or a seizure. So if you're a doctor or nurse, one day how many seizures do you see? How many bloods do you see? How many transfusions you see? How many people that you have to sign that just lost their lives? So never, ever, ever, take it from their perspective, right? They were programmed 10 years of training to handle at anything that was given to them. The worst things they might have seen from residents. On top of that, their superior might have yelled at them for something that they didn't even participate in. You guys know what it is when you go through certain training. So if you have rocks in your life, hold on to them. Because when the tides are high and you are flowing all across the wind and water, it is the rock that will save you. When Mother Nature hits hard, what happens? Only the strongest elements on earth will hold still. The strongest minerals, the strongest humans will hold still. So my job is to ensure the strongest elements, the strongest humans on earth has the right empathy, training, right program inside of them, right? It's kind of like, let's say the world is going to hell. I can create an Autobot, I can create a Decepticon. I am creating Autobots. I am creating the people with the right programs to make sure they know how to run tomorrow's world. So be a bloody rock. If someone tells you, oh, you need to be more gentle, it's like, do you need to be gentle right now? Because I am fine where I am. I was already gentle in my yoga class this morning where I did stretching. So when you're back to work, work. All right, that's having patience. So patience is virtue. Okay? Imagine how much patience a rock should have to survive for thousands of years. That is why in India, Shiva Lingam, the black stone. Have you ever seen in India they have all types of gods? Elephant is a god, Ganesha. When you want to study hard, actually in India you go and get a Ganesha. You ask Ganesha, the elephant god, I want to pass my exam, please Lord Ganesha bless me, right? If you want money and if you want wealth, you go to Lakshmi. You say, please Mother Lakshmi, help me out with wealth and prosperity. And if you were for Lingam, Shiva Lingam, rock, you can't mess with it. Okay, anyway. So that's number 4. Number 5. Okay, give me a break. 1 second. Let me take a sip of water. Number 5 is turning the volume down during office hours or work week. So that depends on your schedule. That's up to you. Okay. Resilience. Correct. Let me take a breather. Alright, I'm going to quickly just go through the next 5, because I think I gave. I explained 5, right? Let's make it this. Sorry for the burp. I want you all to write this down. Critical thinking. I gave you 5 ways that I the notes that the next 5, I'm just going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to leave it to you to make your own assessments and notes on it. Because I am that person. My instructors, my mentors never hand-fed me. If I feed you everything, you're forever going to be dependent on me. You're forever going to ask me for answers. You know the wise turtle on Kung Fu Panda? Did the wise turtle spoon feed Panda? No. Panda had it within Kung Fu Panda to fight evil and become the champion. Wise turtle only showed up when needed. So, I gave you 5 tips. The next 5, I'm gonna just say it, you write it, you reflect on it, okay? Learning to let go of tasks which are incomplete. I'm gonna repeat that. Learning to let go of tasks which are incomplete. Learning to let go of tasks which are incomplete. Now you might be thinking, I thought I was supposed to complete each task. Let me know in the next session, what you think about that. Bonus. Number 7, taking a walk with someone. Taking a walk with someone. Number 8, being patient, being patient, being patient. Wow, being patient is repeated back at number 8. I already said having patience on number 4. Number 8 repeats again, telling me being patient, being patient, being patient. That has to do with being the turtle, because turtles have a hard shell. They are super slow, but they have a hard shell that allows them to live over 100 years. Dogs, cats, humans, most of the time, won't outlive a turtle. The slow turtle who hatches and goes out and goes back into its shell each time it feels it's harmed, surpasses and outlives me, my dogs, and my family. So maybe the turtle is wiser and smarter than me when it comes to wisdom. It does no harm. I think turtles, for the most part, doesn't even eat any flesh, right? They eat just greens. Wow. So there is something very divine about the turtle. If you look at the shell of the turtle, the design of the turtle. Ninja turtle. Do you know who Ninja turtle is? There were 5 of them. Yes, Ninja turtle on its back. Take a turtle and look at the pattern. You will find the cosmos. The turtles. I went to Sri Lanka. That's why you guys would please go to Sri Lanka. If you go to Sri Lanka, okay, please go to Hikkadua. All right. There you will find turtles swimming. That's Turtle Island, like pretty much, okay? Turtles swimming on the coast. I went, I'll show you on my TikTok, which old account, no new account, wait, I swam with them. Everyone's allowed to swim with them. So tourists come from all over the world. When I was there was a Chinese tour bus. All right, you can be from anywhere. We don't care what color skin you are. If you go there, you don't pay anyone any money. Just they just swim, and they are so used to, they coexist with humans, right? Because there's locals who are not, they don't work for the government or anything, but the local people know how to take care of the neighbor, the turtle. So government doesn't interfere. They're all taken care of. So the locals will watch them to make sure people are not smacking the turtle, trying to climb on top of the turtle, or try to take it for a ride. You get what I'm saying? Because the turtles have come to give us a message, teach us something. No turtle, the moment if you smack a turtle, they will retreat and they will swim. Within 1 minute they swim. They're gone. They will never come back. If you are in the water and a turtle comes to you, know that you are very blessed. Know that you are very fortunate. That means they have connected with you. If any animal, right? Even in here, when I went to Colorado, I went to the wildlife refuge, Rocky Mountains. I didn't approach a bison. I'm not saying now don't come after. I didn't approach a bison, but bison approached me. Did I retreat? Did I go back? No. Because it was a moment for me to connect with the bison. I didn't put it on camera because I didn't want anybody else to be seeing that. But when a bison, I can feel the bison's energy when it's coming. Is it coming to charging at me, or is it coming peacefully towards me? Kind of like everybody who has animals, who's been around animals, or even humans, right? If a human charges at you, we are creatures. If a human charges at you, you know that their energies are high. Chances of you getting smacked, wrecked, especially if they're big, is high. So same thing, if there's a turtle, if I gently go to the turtle knows I mean no harm. But intentions are very important. I can't act like I'm going to be gentle and harm the turtle. They know. They are not stupid. Your turtle, your pig, your dog, your cat knows 100% your heart, because they don't understand your language. They go based off your radar. They have something that we don't have. Like you said, yeah, turtle know jellyfish. Turtle knows jellyfish might sting them if they go near them. So how do they know not to go near them but still coexist? Same thing, right? So if you are one of the few people who the turtle sees as that human, I can connect with them. And they approach, meet them, talk to them. Because at that point, the turtle has come to give you a divine message. So I swam with the turtles. I spoke to the bison. Right? If you respect their territory, when I go to wildlife refuge in Colorado, I was going, when I step foot into that land, I say, so we are Muslim, in Malaysia, especially when you are raised, we say, before we step into a jungle in Malay, this is Malay culture, right? We do it. Before we step into anyone's jungle, anyone's land, we say, Assalamu alaikum, I have come to your land. I greet all the creatures here. I come in peace. I came to just visit, and I wish to leave without taking anything from you. So when I go to wildlife refuge, sometimes people ask me, you go to the lake, why didn't you bring back rocks? No, I do not want any rocks or corals or anything from that place. When we were kids, we used to collect, right? Nobody told me. But when I lived in Malaysia, right, because we lived in a rainforest, we would go to caves, and there's guardians who take us to the caves, and they say, go see everything, go watch, learn, do not take anything from the cave, do not do any harm, go with good intention, come back with good intention, because they are guardians that we cannot see, which in Islam we call jinns, genies, right? You all call it genies, things that we cannot see in our eyes. If I walk into a cave intending to do harm in that cave, if I go into that cave, if I piss in that cave and I leave, I will be bitten by a snake on the way out. Literally. I'm not kidding. There are men, women, right? I know there's some people who go into caves, bring alcohol bottles, leave it in the cave and go out. I swear, on the way out, they might have been trampled by an elephant. That's how nature works, right? Because in caves especially are seen spiritual places. Like Prophet Muhammad, he meditated in a cave, right? In Malaysia, if you go to Batu caves, it's called a rock cave. Look it up. Rock cave, it's a sacred temple in Malaysia, right? It's built in the cave. It's a Hindu temple. So every divine God, humans knew that caves are a place of what? Where things happen in the dark, new life. If you look at science, you know that many things came from caves. So I can't as human go there, put my trash, here's an iPad, here's some plastic, here I'm gonna pee and leave my trash and go. By the time I go home, I won't be able to sleep. Because karma awaits me if people do harm to a cave. That's why I'm saying, this nature, do less, take less from any of it, eat the green, eat some meat, if you're meat eater like me. Reuse, recycle, reduce, check out. We Muslim, we wrap in white paper, sorry, not white paper, white cloth, we get buried within 24 hours. Tata. No wake, no mourning, no play music, we go on. Patas, we born and gone 24 hours. Tata, everybody pray. That's it, my job done. Because in the cosmos, thing, I am an ant. Because according to the cosmos, I am just an ant. And the moment I realize I am just an ant, I am free from thinking I am the biggest thing, that I must save the world, that I must take care of everybody. No. No ant is responsible of taking care of the world. Ant is only responsible to take care of its colony and its work for the queen and say goodbye to the world. So whatever the world taught you, if it's a lot that the world told you, be this, be that, be this, think you're an ant. It don't matter after you pass away. Because to the cosmos, you're just one ant. But do good. Okay, do good. Alright. So what's the number? 8. Be patient. Be patient, be patient. So I repeated that 4 times. Number 9, relaxing, refresh, resting. Because the trip to heaven or hell, whichever you're taking to, I wish you heaven, okay? My end goal is heaven. Anyway, I'm in heaven right now. This is heaven. There's no other heaven than this. So rest, relax, refresh, because the entire thing is how you are, how you live, will be represented by how you die. If you lived a chaotic life, you might pass away with a lot of karma and chaos. But if you live a relaxing, refresh, just look at your grandmother, grandfather. If they lived, they sometimes sit in the chair, look out at the stars. I live, my parents live in a building where there's old people, right? So I learned so much by observing old people. When you are old, all you want is to sit back, relax, go for a walk, maybe say hi to a few people, and you learn that everything you did was good. You accomplished a few things, you got a few medals, you did a few mistakes, you did some good, you did some wrongs, but everything is accepted by Allah because Allah created, right? So when you go, try to release calm, peaceful energy. So how I know my life is good? Not by what email I receive. You know how I know I'm good today, tomorrow, and until I die? Not with the email, not with my credit card, not with my bank account, not with my house, not with my people that I have in my life. It is just knowing that those who lived before me lived and passed, and mine, whatever journey I take, I will live well, I will eat well, I will rest well, and I'll be pleasant, because it's genetically and programmed into me through my, if you don't have it genetically, that's why it's very important, program it. Right program gets you running like a MacBook. Wrong program, running everywhere. Respect all, okay. Breathing deep, number 10, very easy. Breathing deeply and exhale. Do some dancing, do some swimming, chill. Highlights, letting go of those who trigger. This is, I don't need this now. I needed this then, but now, alhamdulillah, I'm able to let go of the triggers. Highlights are letting go of those who trigger and hurt in the past. Those are highlights. So if someone's a trigger or a hurt in your past, let them go like a cloud in the sky. Can you hold on to a cloud in the sky? You are dumb if you try to hold on to a cloud in the sky. Because cloud in the sky is not yours to begin with. So if they hurt and triggered you, that is just a passing cloud, okay? If I am seen as unworthy of their present moment, I am hidden from their truth. If they try to hide me in their closet, I am worthy to be loved in person. I am worthy of being taken on lunch. I am worthy of being welcome. So that's a reminder. See, I didn't even know when I wrote this that I was going to have lunch. See how my energies are as such? I didn't even touch this for 2-3 weeks. So the reminder for me to have lunch, I have written on this page 2 weeks ago. So remember, practice makes perfect. Alright? Whatever it is that you practice, keep a routine, keep atomic habits, and you'll be a rock. That's true. Read Atomic Habits, and you'll be solid as a rock. And can you smell what the rock is cooking? Do you know what that saying is? WWFNE. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? He's half native, I believe. He wasn't kidding when he said that. He was really cooking. This is wild berry from Canada. I mean, I got it from Trader Joe's. Yogurt, and you're not smelling it. Why? It's okay. You can smell it later. Yogurt and lactose-free milk. Alright, I'm gonna go grab lunch. So follow me on TikTok. Yes, smoothie from this morning. Remix 40. Come to TikTok too, Remix 40. When everybody else who's watching this, come to TikTok. Adam.7. On TikTok, people come to YouTube. Adam S_Lucky. Links are in the bio. If you can't find the links, please write a comment on my YouTube page. Because if you write on the chat, you know everything that you chat on TikTok and on YouTube right now. When you're in the chat box, like on the right side, right? When you're on YouTube and the chat box is on the right hand, on the next to the screen, if you have the regular standard view. Everything you write on the chat box, I cannot reread them unless I go visit the page and go to Chrome extension. If it's on Safari, forget it. I will never find it on Safari because Safari doesn't have those extensions. So I have to move to Chrome to go read that. So I don't reread the chat on my YouTube history. So the only way for you to capture my attention is leave an actual comment on my YouTube page on the comment section. Only comments get saved. Only comments. Remember the distinction between chat and comment. Right? So if you're chatting with me for an hour and a half, and if you ever wonder why didn't he respond to me, it's because you're chatting. Unless I catch you live and I can respond, I am there for you. But you always have had my attention. All you need to do is go to the comment section and write. If you can't find that, you move to what? My main platform, TikTok. In TikTok, you have my bloody attention because on TikTok, all the comments are shown. They're not mostly filtered if you say something nice. And in TikTok, if you say, hey, I came from YouTube, I will follow you back. On TikTok, if you tell me, hey Adam, I saw your live on YouTube and I came here through that, I will follow you back. Because I'm an ant. I'm no celebrity. I'm no influencer. I'm an ant. This ant wants to follow you. Alright? Because I'm no big account. Every time my big account is no problem. I close one, open one, close one, open one. This is normal. This is internet. Don't take me like a celebrity. If you look at big accounts like a celebrity, then you're a fool. If you look at big influencers and big million accounts as a big You are trapped by Maya. There's no boogeyman. If some of you kids are like, oh my God, he has millions of followers. Fool! You fool! You fool! You got scammed by the trophy. You got scammed by the account. Anyone can create an account, but only the wise can maintain an account. Remember that. Anyone can create an account with millions of followers, billions of likes. You can purchase them. If you have money, you can purchase anything. Anyone can create an account, but only the wise can maintain an account, have discipline, and accomplish what they want to accomplish for this world and beyond with their account. So if you're fooled by numbers, I told somebody this yesterday. I will repeat this lesson because many of you, oh my God, this kid from Pakistan, his name, what was it? Singer Azam Khan. He lost his account on TikTok. This happens a lot when you start telling your truth because the algorithm doesn't understand you, and its algorithm is also in kind of like a fool, ran by fools. But so he got into it and he got his account banned. And he went and bought an account with 20,000 followers. And he came and said, bro, I got a 20,000 account. I said, great. It doesn't matter to me if you have 0 followers, 20 followers, 1,000 or 20,000 or 1,000,000. What I'm looking for is, do you have content? Are you alive today? Did you show up today? That's it. I saw these influencers who are beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, magnificent human beings. Because somebody bullied them, they went and if they close their account, that's fine. But if they lose their lives over someone's hate comment, that I find the biggest, no. No one should be so affected by what is being told on social media to the point that they can't function, to the point that they can't handle their life, to the point that they want to end everything. What bloody fools! My grandfather, grandmother would have thought these are not the fools that I raised, right? So seriously, so I was telling him, I told him yesterday, 0. Who gave the 0? Who gave the 0 or the egg to us according to science? Who created 0? India, right? I think Indians gave us the 0. Who gave these right for what, this lesson? Who created 0? Who invented 0? 7th century man known as Brahmagupta. Alright, yes, it is 0, right? Who was in there? Mayans or Indians? Ancient India. Alright, we just call Mayans ancient 0, okay? Doesn't matter. Now don't go fight saying who created it. 0 exists, alright? So you lose everything, or you came as 0. Okay, you came as 0, you leave as 0. In between you are some numbers. Alright? You came as 0, you leave as 0. If you got an egg, we say in India and Sri Lanka, when you get a 0 in your test, we come home and we proudly tell Mama, Papa, I got an egg for my test. They laugh. They laugh like, my child, you got an egg. Is it a golden egg? Or is it just regular egg? And I came home, I said, I got the golden egg. You know the story about the golden egg. So the golden egg is such, no matter how many zeros you give me on my test, with the power of numbers, how many zeros I got on my test? So many zeros I got. 6. I got 6 zeros. I'll put 7. How many zeros you want to give? With the power of just 1, I will transform my life to this. All that coding is, everything on your program, everything that you see on the screen, including me right now, is created by zeros and ones. So I'm giving you so much lessons in just 1 hour 30 minutes. So if you are ever finding yourself lost in a position of zero, say Alhamdulillah. Zero means I'm here. Alhamdulillah. Zero means I achieved one more zero. All I need is to enter one more number, and that zero just transform into a million, to 100, to a 10. So I told Azam yesterday, Azam, I don't care if you have 20,000 followers, if you have 2 followers, if you have 5 followers. Actually, I don't give a damn who follows you or not. But what matters to me is that you exist, and you don't get fooled by these imaginary things about your account. Your account is breathing, eating, pooping, going for walk, and having connection. That's enough. Just 5 basic things. If your account is 1 million but in the hospital, I'll be sad. Please don't get 1 million followers and tell me I am now broken, I am now sad. I rather you have 10 followers and be the happiest yogi and jogi. I am proud of you. Thank you for the egg. Yes. You get what I'm saying? Just think about it in a parent's perspective, right? If I brought my mom $1 billion while I'm on crutches, she would throw away the $1 billion and say, where's my child's leg? That is love. Same love I have for you. If you bring me, if you show me, oh Adam bro, I'm so big today, I'm going to Mars, so I'm a multi-billionaire. It's like, where is your humanity? Where is your leg? Where is your heart? I did not trade that for $1 billion. The essence is, I'm looking for you, your core value. Right? That's why collectively all the ants are angry with the billionaires, because not because of anything. They are not jealous of the numbers. They're just saying, you have these numbers, but where's the essence? The heart, the soul, the center, right? If you're billionaires and you're millionaires and you whoever has the basics, then there's no disparity. Exactly. So, okay, anyway. So always remember, next time you get a zero, you get a rejection, someone broke your heart, someone kicked you out, say Alhamdulillah, you shut me off, 10 people call me, you rejected me, 10 people want me, you say you don't want me, 10 people want me. It's all about you knowing your worth. The world around you, good people will affirm you, but the world around you, because nature is such, nature is very competitive too, right? Nature wants to put out the best challenger out there. So nature will challenge you and say, you're zero. Who the hell are you, zero? Like, don't worry, I have 6 zeros and I just put 1 or 2 or 9. I passed. Nature, people, everybody around your life will always challenge you to bring you down with the mind. The only thing in the end that will save you. Remember, Stephen Hawking, brilliant man, on a wheelchair, isn't he? On a wheelchair, isn't he? Does he run? Does he? What keeps him sharp? His mind. No one can get to his mind. He knew that my body might be deteriorating, my eyes might be weak, I might not even be able to speak. But you know what? I'm a writer book. I'm a writer book with a teleprompter, because my mind is in the cosmos and I am much more genius than anyone that can speak. And he is a genius. Without speaking, without talking, without walking, he surpassed all of us, because he knows the value of zero. Every great physician, every great astrophysicist, every great human, even your mother and your father, right? Not just people with titles, knows this value. My grandfather knew the value of zero. My great-great-grandmother knew the value of zero. It is genderless, it is formless. Zero exists in all of us. So every time someone calls you a zero, remember, a zero is an opportunity for you to start fresh, right? A zero is an opportunity for you to open a new page. A zero is an opportunity for you to start over. Because when you started, you were just an egg that became life. So congratulations for winning the life pool and becoming a human being, because you are very strong. Your egg became this human form. Remember, there's thousands of swimmers who could have become a human, but that egg became you. I'm talking science now. Yes. So if you are alive, you have no right to take your own life. I'm talking in the perspective of Islam. If you are alive, you have no right to take your own life. Because thousands, millions of challengers have competed in order for you to be alive. So you have a duty to stay alive until it is complete. And it's promised, if you live a complete life, you will obtain heaven. Because you will unlock the final vault, which is the winner's champion's vault. The champion does not get defeated by numbers, by things, by I think I posted this on my old TikTok account even, because I wanted everyone to remember this. This is what even the old conquerors wanted you to know, right? Because even if I wanted anybody who can find me to see this. So if you have used, to the people who have outlived MacBooks, to the people that have outlived Apple products and Nokia products and Alcatel products, Compaq and all that, you all know what I'm talking about.
I'm a Jew. Person.
Before Java, before Python, there was Java. You know what Java is? Java is actually the Javas. Java is a place in Indonesia where my ancestors are from. All right, we are called Java people, which is Java, right? Malay people. So Java coffee is what the programmer had when they created Java. Sumatran coffee, right? Java is in Sumatra. So do you see how everything is related? You can never run from your primal self. Your primal self is the authorizer for you to write any code in advancements of technology. So for him to unlock Java and create all the codes that are written up to today, he had to drink roasted brown beans from my ancestry, where my real relatives are there. Orangutan, which is man of the jungle. Man of the jungle. And if you look at, please pull up a picture of orangutan. They are in the western hemisphere side of the peninsula. Looks just like me. I just speak and wear hat. Protect. Yes. So they have given me clear instructions from Borneo to protect and preserve the rainforest, and we are going towards a green world, and I'm very proud the youth today are are going in that direction. I couldn't have asked for a better world to live. I told Summer also, Summer, when I leave the world, I live in a better place than where I found it. It's a beautiful place. Okay, I'll end the session. I am feeling quite emotional because things are going in a great manner, and I'm proud of the future inhabitants of planet Earth. You all will do well. Just remember that. If it's the final thing that I have to say, you all will do well, and remember that.